orange chicken is, I think, my soulmate.
When did I become such a blackie?
Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
You are a disrespectful piece of...
Hey girls, welcome to another Amberlynn video. This one has some messy crying, some blame shifting, some guilt tripping. So let's just get into it, and thank you so much for watching.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So I was on TikTok last night. I have like this thing that I do. It's a little schedule where right before bed I just scroll on TikTok, and something about it just like calms me down. My melatonin's flowing through my body, and I don't know what it is. I do it for like 20 minutes. It is what it is.
TikTok is the worst place for Amber. Have you girls seen her TikToks?
And I got this TikTok that popped up about like something about like when you have a Jeep, which is one of my favorite cars, by the way. I'm not really a car girly, but I do like a Jeep. I like a G-Wagon, if we're being like super detailed.
Of course she does.
I saw this TikTok where there was like tons of ducks on the Jeep, and I was like, is this one of those things on TikTok that isn't actually real? I just opened my blinds, which I do every single morning, and there's a Jeep parked across from my apartment. The whole windshield. I mean, there's at least 20 ducks. And I was like, oh my god, this is a real thing.
Took me a solid 30 seconds to realize she was talking about rubber duckies. And it isn't across the windshield, it's across the dash inside of the car. And why would she ever think this is fake when she collects earrings, journals, Legos, and God knows what else? She realizes people can have collections of other things, right?
I don't drive, I don't have a Jeep, but I'm almost tempted to go buy some little ducks just to put on Jeeps. I don't know why people with Jeeps do this. I don't know, but I just learned it and now I'm physically seeing it in real life. I've had not a good day today. I got my dress stained, so I'm gonna change my shirt real quick. So I will be right back. I just think it's so funny because the last time that happened, I was also wearing that dress. So like, what's happening?
The dress pulls up so much on her body that she should just call it a shirt at this point.
Y'all, I have had such a hard day today. I have not been wanting to film. I've been back on my like heartbreak bullshit, like crying and just feeling super unmotivated to do anything really. Y'all, I literally just slammed my finger in a door.
I slammed my
Finger
in the car door. You slammed your
finger
in the car door.
Yes, I did. I was taking Twinkie potty when I was coming back in. I don't know what I did, but yeah, now my finger, it's not bruised, swollen or anything, but it's like throbbing a little bit, so that hurt. But I wanted to do some P.O. box. I still have my P.O. box, so if you want to send me anything, here's my P.O. box. So first thing I'm gonna open is this package here. So these are some really pretty earrings from Bobby. Thank you so freaking much. Like, look how beautiful those are. Their dad actually made them for me, specifically for me. So that's like super freaking sweet and amazing. Thank you so much, like, to think of me and to like take the time to do that. They're stunning.
Girls, don't waste your time making her stuff. They are cute though. Not for everyone, but there are some people that can rock those. Probably not Amber.
So the next thing is this package right here, which there's no note to, but it's a book called Life Isn't Weight on the Bathroom Scales by Laura Rose. So I guess it's a book about like debunking myths about weight loss industry, I guess. So whoever sent this to me, thank you.
If this book makes a return with her making more excuses about not being able to lose weight and how weight isn't everything, I think I'll just become deceased.
Okay guys, so I'm about to actually show you something super like special to me. So I'm just gonna do a real quick backstory. I am the oldest of 4. I have 3 younger brothers, and when I was first put into foster care, me and one of my brothers were put into foster care while the other one actually got put up for closed adoption. So he was adopted, and that was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through. And then my mom ended up getting pregnant again, and she ended up having my baby brother, and I only got to meet him one time. My mom actually had him while I was in foster care, but I was able to the hospital where she had him for a supervised visit, and I held him in my arms, and my mom actually sent me a picture. I don't even know how she still has it, but she sent me a picture of that day. Yeah, she did. Like, there's not a lot of things I remember from my childhood, but I remember that moment, and I remember that day, and I remember how like wonderful it was, but also how hard it was.
I know a lot of people question whether she ever was in foster care or if she was separated from her brothers. I do believe she experienced these things. I don't know if that's just me being naive or wanting to see the best in her. What I do think could be happening though is maybe she did have these experiences, but she's stretching the truth to make it more dramatic. It does sound movie-esque at points.
So in this photo, I am about 12 years old, and 3 years later, I actually wrote a poem. So I was 15, and I still have that poem. I remember when I was in high school, I went to the trailer where I used to live, and there was still some stuff laying around, couches, and things were torn apart by the police, and it was just insane. But there was a few things still left in my room, and one of those things was the poem that I wrote about my baby brother, who I only got to meet one time. And through all the years of being alive, because I'm 32, I have been able to keep that poem.
Giving her the benefit of the doubt, she could have just misspoke here, or this is a sign that she's lying. Why would she say that she kept this through all 32 years of her life if she said that she only got it back in high school?
So I want to show you the picture. I also want to read you the poem. The poem is not that good. Remember, I was 15, okay?
A poem? How sweet. What poem would that be?
Of course there's a poem to go with.
But it was special and important to me, and I really want to open up a little bit more and show it. You're out there under the same moon. We placed our feet on the same gravel. I met you once and held you tight. I think of the sadness of my last goodbye. You looked at me with baby eyes, oblivious to your future versus mine. Our mom made the choice while I suffer the consequence. Although I saw everything we could be, our mom made the choice and set you free. A brother I will love forever, who will never love me.
I know we absolutely trash her poetry, but some of it honestly sounds like stuff I would have read in middle school from established poets. Don't let that go to your head, Amber.
My first brother that was put up for adoption that I was really close to, saved his life and everything. I still don't know where he is. I think about him, dream about him, miss him, love him dearly, and I just hope that he's okay. But the one in that photo that I just showed you guys, he found us a few years ago, so he is actively in my life, and I can safely say that, you know, that last line in the poem isn't true. He loves me and I love him, and I've never been so grateful, and I can only hope that my other baby brother will find me one day, hopefully.
I can vaguely remember a situation like this on her channel before. I think what happened was she gave enough identifying information that the brother who may not know he's adopted may be able to identify himself with Amber's description. In a video, she told him he was adopted and that his biological family wants to see him. She was never in contact with him, but hoped that the video would reach him. She received backlash because it isn't her place to tell someone they're adopted, regardless of if they're related. Feel free to correct me on this story, and I'll put any clips I find of it after this.
But now I still have one other brother out there, Jonathan. Do I think he'll reach out? I don't. And I think it's because he doesn't know he's adopted. And that happens a lot. And it's like, Jonathan probably doesn't know because he probably never had the opportunity, or his parents didn't want him to know. I would give up so much to be able to meet him. And what if he's a viewer and doesn't even know? He actually, oh yeah, Jonathan, that would be crazy. Jonathan, if you're out there and you live in California and you were adopted, I think you're like 19 now. I'm your sister. And I took care of you. And I loved you like you were my own, and I was only 8 years old. And you had a hearing aid, and you had glasses, and you were the cutest little baby ever.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy she was able to reunite with one brother, but they shouldn't force the other into learning he's adopted and coming to see them.
Okay, so right now I'm actually making a little store list moment and kind of thinking more of like, what is it that I want to do with myself? Like, I thoroughly just feel so lost as a person right now. I just feel so lost, and I just need to find myself, be myself, like, just wholeheartedly. I don't care about what anyone says about me. I don't care. I just need to be myself, and I have to keep like reminding myself of that.
She has so many video personas that I can't even recognize when she's being genuine.
Because the only person I got right now is myself. That's the only person I got right now. And with how lost I feel, like, if I didn't even have myself, I don't even know, like, I just don't even know. Just like amongst all that and just like feeling lost, I know that I'm gaining weight. Like, I actively see it in my face when I'm editing, and it kind of shocks me. I'm not gonna lie, because like, it's hard to notice weight loss on my body, and it's also really hard to notice weight gain on my body. And the fact that I can like physically see that, I hate it. I hate it so much.
A few people in my comments have pointed out to me that she uses face filters. If the filter ever slips, can you girls timestamp it in my comments? I can't focus enough to catch it, but I'm curious if it is a filter.
Like, I just can't sit around and sit and wait and wait and wait. Like, what am I waiting for? I don't know why, but like, I keep having like these feelings of guilt. And I talk about guilt a lot in therapy, with things that happened in my past when I was younger, things that were definitely not my fault. And it's like my therapist is trying to teach me like when it's okay to feel guilt and when I'm feeling guilt for like reasons that really don't make sense, things that I shouldn't feel guilty for.
I don't know if I believe she's seeing a therapist. And if she is, she probably sugarcoats it all for them.
But something I'm feeling like a sense of guilt, which I feel like is sabotaging me, like I'm doing like a self-sabotage situation type deal, is like when I was with Feline, like a lot of people, you know, thought she was a feeder and like all this nonsense that is not true. The whole time she was so supportive and she wanted me to lose weight. And it wasn't because of physicality, because she finds me beautiful. And for that, I'm forever grateful, because she actually made me feel that way a lot. And it was just because of health and because of stamina. And, you know, she wanted to have a whole life with me. And obviously at this size, she was only able to have like a partial part of that instead of like what she fully wanted, you know?
Maybe Wifey got the I can fix her mentality and then bit off more than she could chew. Pun not intended. If she thought she could fix Amberlynn Reid, she was in way over her head. I'm honestly not sure why I haven't seen Wifey like this before. A hopeful viewer turned lover that thought she could fix Amber and then got shut down real quick.
Like, we couldn't hop on a plane and go to Bora Bora because of me. I had all this support from her and all the guidance. She always urged me to exercise and to eat healthy and do right. And it's like, if I do that now, I'm gonna feel so guilty, because it's like, why didn't I do that when I was with her? So it's like I have this like guilt feeling, and I know I need to talk about it in therapy. I've talked about it to Feline, obviously, like it's something we talked about earlier today, and it's just like, she obviously doesn't want me to feel this way, like regardless if we're together or not. Like, she wants me to succeed, but it's like, why do I feel so bad that like if I succeed now when we're not together? Like, it's such a weird like thing in my brain, like, that I just can't understand, and it just makes me feel guilty.
Interesting way to look at it, I guess, but does anyone else feel like this is guilt tripping? She's making Feline feel bad for not taking her back by saying she can't become healthier outside of the relationship because she'll feel guilty for not becoming healthier during the relationship. Hopefully what I'm saying is making sense. This is just giving me red flags that Amber is guilt tripping Feline into taking her back. Also, if you girls remember, she did the exact same thing when her and Becky broke up too, supposedly asking herself why she couldn't just become better while they were together.
Like, I don't know, I hate it so much. Anyways, I don't want to sit here and just like blubber and cry and whatever. So I'm trying to sit here and like take away those feelings of like, yes, Amberlynn, you didn't do it while you were with her, but do it while you're not with her. You don't have to be with her to do it. And you don't have to feel guilty for succeeding while not being with her. And I have to figure out like how I can say that and actually mean it. A lot of people like have said in the past that it seems like I self-sabotage myself, and it's like for the first time ever in my life I feel that way, that I'm like subconsciously self-sabotaging myself, and I'm like just tripping about it, and I don't know, it's like the craziest feeling that I just cannot wrap my head around fully.
Sorry, I just can't believe this is the first time she's realizing this. I'm genuinely surprised by this. I don't think it's the first time, but the fact that she thinks it's the first time is just kind of part of that delusion, Lynn.
I'm trying to ignore it and I'm trying to push it away, but sometimes when feelings are so strong, that's like sometimes virtually impossible to do. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to make like a store list and trying to decide like what just makes the most sense to me. And it's like, I just want to like do common sense. I just want to eat healthier, you know, just take out the junk, take out the fast food, unless it's something super healthy. But even then, it's just like, it's hard for me to choose healthier fast food options and takeout options. I don't know why.
Because fast food wasn't designed to be healthy.
Like, losing weight can be easy. Like, realistically, it can be. And I know a lot of people watching this are probably like, just do it. And it's like, it's not that easy. It's really not. But I just make it so much more difficult than it needs to be. Like, for real. So with pen to paper,
paper to pen,
spider to friend, friend to spider, I have made a store list. So we'll definitely do a grocery haul, and I don't know, I just word vomit. And honestly, kind of off topic, I just want to say thank you guys for being like my video diary audience. I appreciate it. And I've also heard around the grapevine, if you will. People are like, this is supposed to be, you know, Amberlynn's single era. Like, she's supposed to be just like popping off and like having a glow up. And no, I'm not in my single era. I'm in my heartbreak era.
Even she refers to them as eras. Is she the one that started all that all those years ago? Also, I don't think we'll ever see her in a single era for very long.
I am in my I am broken era. I am in my I'm lost era. I'm in my I am freaking sad. I am grieving. I am mourning era. I'm not in hi glow up single Lynn era. That's not where I'm at right now. And it's like, if you can't appreciate me being vulnerable, just kind of accepting that this is where my life is at right now, it's like, bye. Obviously, like, there's no connection between me and you, so why are you watching? I feel like all the people that I watch, there's like some sort of connection, and anyone that I like hate, I can't watch. Like, that's like so hard for me.
That's why we don't watch you. We watch channels that talk about you. Like the people watching me, not you, right now. This feels like a fourth wall break. Back to the point. You saying it's weird to watch people you hate is like saying it's weird to watch murderers in an interrogation. We hate their guts, but it's so interesting to see how their mind is thinking compared to ours in similarities and differences. You may not be a murderer, but you are a judgmental, delusional, unhealthy, and forever cycling YouTuber that none of us can quite wrap our mind around yet. You are a human being, but we watch you to see why you're so different from us. Being different isn't a bad thing, but being different because you are bad is a different story.
And I know that if there was anyone that I was watching was going through what I was going through, like, my heart would go out to them and I would understand where they're coming from and like where their life is and all of that. And I just feel like people are expecting a lot out of me right now.
Maybe we can do this. Tell us what we're putting you through. What have we said specifically that bothers you the most? What are the outlandish things that you think people are expecting of you right now? These things can be addressed and argued one by one.
It's hard for me sometimes just to get out of bed. I'm finding things to do with my life to distract myself, but there's only so much distraction that I can do. There's only so much, you know, talking I can do to other people or journaling I can do. There's only so much of those things until it's just like it all ran out and I'm back to feeling that just like horrible wave of just sad. So yeah, this is like a video diary for me. This isn't my single era. This is my heartbreak era for sure. And I just wish people were a little more kind. I really do.
I'm not even going to talk about kindness when it comes to your actions. I could go on for hours about how unkind you are to the people in your life, your pets, and even just strangers around you. You can argue that you've changed, but you haven't shown your interactions with anyone lately, so how do we know? We aren't calling you out for no reason. There are so many reasons. Trust me, there are a lot of us still hoping that you'll change for the better. Although we criticize most of the things you do, I don't think any of us have any genuine ill will towards you. We've been waiting to see you better yourself for the past 10 years, and you just haven't. We're documenting what you're doing as you refuse to change, even though change was supposed to be the entire point of your channel from the beginning. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. Feel free to leave some feedback in the comments, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!